with Wings is a project initiated by the Rotaract Club of IIT. As a part of this project, we are reaching out to a few fabulous female figures, as this project is organized to mark the Women's Day. And in today's program, we are going to talk to Miss CHAMYA LIYANAGE. Hello Chamya.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Right, Chamya, tell us a bit about yourself.
Right, so if you ask me to describe myself in 3 words, I have to say that I'm creative, I'm optimistic, and I'm also proactive. And with that being said, I'm CHAMYA LIYANAGE, I'm 20 years old, and I'm a graduate in Banking and Finance from Victoria University, Australia. Apart from that, I have a qualification in Human Resource Management from CIPM Sri Lanka, and I'm a past pupil of IIT International School, Wattala. And I always think that people shouldn't limit themselves to one particular area, so I engage myself in a lot of extracurricular activities back in school, at university, and after school finish, I founded Read and Return, which was a not-for-profit venture, and right now I'm a freelance social media marketer, and I just started a marketing intern basically job.
So that's a lot of inspiration coming through from you, Chamya. It's really wonderful to hear that. So why specifically banking and finance?
When I completed my A-levels in 2018, I was very interested in accounting, and I thought that finance would be a great background to have, because finance and basically accounting and finance is going to be useful no matter which company you work for, no matter which department you work for. And I think I still stand by that, because even though I've studied finance and I'm kind of branching out into marketing, I still find everything I learned during my degree useful in marketing as well.
So how was your experience as an undergraduate?
As an undergraduate, I actually read for my degree at NSBM in Sri Lanka. It was an offshore campus, and NSBM was a wonderful place to study. It gave me a lot of opportunities. I played netball, I took part in the sports meet at a university, and I was also appointed the president of the Human Resource Circle, and
that's great.
That gave me a lot of exposure, and I got to organize a lot of events, and I got to deal with industry leaders in the corporate sector. And if I'm to talk about the finance degree, I don't think we were limited to just finance. We also learned a lot of other areas like ethics and business law and taxation, which I think is going to be useful in real life as well.
So apart from your personal interest, is there anything which inspired you to choose this particular field, banking and finance? Anyone specifically, or anything which inspired you?
I think it has to be my accounting teacher from school.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so accounting didn't used to be my strong subject, but she really helped out.
Right.
And she kind of pushed me to do my absolute best, and I ended up with an A star for accounting.
Okay. So definitely she must be feeling really proud, especially if she is watching this program.
Yes, definitely.
Right. Okay. And tell us about Read and Return. It's very catchy, that name is quite catchy. So what is it, Read and Return?
Right. So Read and Return is basically a not-for-profit venture. And if I'm to tell you a little about how it started, I was inspired by this bookmark that I found with a similar concept.
Okay.
And at around the same time, I spoke to a lot of my friends, and I heard them say that they used to read as kids but not anymore. And along with that, I wanted to do something to help people out, and I also wanted to start my own venture. So I combined all of that and came up with Read and Return. And how it works is we sell pre-loved books, and 100% of the funds raised through the sale of books go towards charity. And I think I founded this initiative in 2019. So it's been a little over 2 years now, and we've done a lot. We have a lot of support from a lot of followers and a lot of well-wishers. And yeah, it's been going great.
That's interesting. And how do you collect these pre-loved books? Do you have a special system or method to kind of collect all these pre-loved books?
Yes. So I started out with the books that we had at home, because my sister was the one who kind of inspired me to start reading.
Okay.
And over the years, we've collected a lot of books, and we had a small library. And then after we started this initiative, a lot of people started donating books.
Oh, right.
So now I'm sure we have about close to 1,000 books at home.
That's great.
Yeah, collected over the years, and from what people have donated as well.
That's interesting. And Could you also tell us about Atvala, which is kind of a part of this, isn't it? A charity initiative.
Yes, that's right. So I'll backtrack a little bit. Read and Written actually has two charity projects under it. The first one is Read for Shoes. This is like the main project and the one that I started first. And this is where all the funds raised from the sale of books go towards.
Okay.
So we donate school shoes for underprivileged children, and over the 2 years we've donated about 39 pairs of school shoes to children in rural areas. And Project Aptala is the second project, and it was initiated quite recently, actually in 2021 December.
Okay.
And in 2021 December we donated over 400 books to a school library. So the whole point of that is to donate books to school libraries, because if you really think about it, the schools that we grew up in had wonderful libraries. We had the privilege of reading at home, but there are so many schools out there without that facility, and I think it's really important that children grow up with basically libraries full of books, because that's going to help them build their future and kind of get out of the cycle of poverty that they might be caught in, and help them expand their knowledge.
Yeah, especially in a era where technology is taking over, where students, children are kind of going away from books. This is really a wonderful initiative, I would call it. Right. So, as a young girl, were there any challenges you faced when setting up this non-profit venture, Read and Return?
I would say the first and foremost being I was only 18 when I started it. So I didn't have any experience in running a business, but I had a lot of support from my parents and also my friends. And there was the fact that I would handle all aspects of the venture.
Okay.
So I would be in charge of photography, and then also taking orders, and handling the social media pages, then coordinating any events that were happening, and as well as the finances, because it's really important to maintain transparency when you're running a charity initiative. So I make it a point to make sure I note down all the funds that we receive and how we spend it, to show people this is where your money is going for. So it was a bit of a challenge doing all of that at the same time, and the fact that I was also reading for a degree.
Okay.
At times I had to kind of prioritize the degree over the charity initiative, and I think that's completely okay. Nobody should just put their studies or what they're passionate about behind anything else. They should just do what they really have to do. So I would say those were the challenges that I faced.
And you made it happen.
Yes,
I did. Okay. So how did you get into the field of photography, and what genre of photography are you most into?
Photography, I am a self-taught photographer, and I think we had this tiny little digital camera at home, and I used to take pictures with that. And my parents thought the pictures I took were really good. So in 2016 they bought me a proper camera.
Okay.
Yeah. But to be completely honest, the interest in photography died down for a few years, and I kind of picked it up once I started Read and Written, because I take most of the pictures for the page. So I think with that it kind of picked up, and then I also started taking photographs of my friends. So because I love seeing how you can show people how beautiful they are with like the pictures I take. And maybe over a year ago I also experimented with taking self-portraits.
Okay.
So I would say the types of photography that I'm interested in are basically portrait photography and also self-portrait photography.
Okay, that's interesting. And this International Women's Day, what is the one life advice you can give to women and girls around the world?
I think based on my personal experience, I have to say that you need to always do what you love. And if you do what you love and what you like, it opens up a lot of opportunities for you. And no matter how old or how young you are, you need to start something to know if you're good at it. And you don't always have to be good at it, but you need to learn. You need to try and fail and also learn from it. And in that sense, you would learn a lot more. So I would say it is to do what you love and to surround yourself with good people, because that's important if you want to go a long way in life. And to be happy, to be independent, and once again I think the biggest thing is to do what you love.
Okay. Okay, Chamya, there's a special segment which is a rapid fire round.
Okay.
Hope you're ready.
Yes, I am.
Right. What is the favorite time of the year?
My favorite time of the year, I have to say, is during New Year, basically Aurudu.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's very cultural and I get to spend time with my family and do these traditional things and dress up, and I also get to visit my relatives, so I really enjoy the time of the year.
You really breathe in the Sri Lankan spirit,
Yes,
right?
definitely.
Yes, of course. And your favorite childhood memory?
My favorite childhood memory, I would say it's my sister and my mother picking me up from school, and I used to collect the Secret 7 series, like the book series, and they got me the first book, which was really hard to get your hands on.
Oh, right.
And I remember feeling really happy when I got that book. So
Yay, got it.
yes, definitely.
Okay, right. And what's your favorite book?
My favorite book is, I would say, The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. It's also the most recent book I read, and it's been a book that I've wanted to read for a long time, and it really left an impact on me, so I'd say it's my favorite book.
Right. What always makes you laugh?
I'm a very easy person to kind of make happy and just get me laughing, so I would say just about anything makes me smile and makes me laugh.
Yes. So from the moment you walked in, I've been seeing that you are like with a charming smile. That's really good. And I think we are almost done with the session. Who is your superhero and why?
I actually would say I have two superheroes. They're my parents, and they inspire me in different ways. So my dad shows me what it's like to balance basically work and also life at home, because he's always been a good father, but I also know he's been a good like a manager in the corporate sector. And my mom too, because she is the one who taught me to be kind. So I owe it to them for everything I've been doing so far.
Right. So Chamya is a true inspiration, and thank you very much, Chamya, for spending your valuable time with us to beautify this particular episode. So until we catch you with another episode, stay blessed.